If I get at least a P10 out, dude, I'll be happy too. At least it's points. And speaking of points, we might as well show you exactly where I currently stand in the driver's standings. Look at that. I'm actually on the first page. I don't have to scroll down to show you exactly where I'm at. I'm 12th in the driver's standings, sitting on 38 points, 2 points behind Danny Ricciardo, and 9 behind Lando Norris to reach that coveted top 10 spot, which honestly did not think that I would get anywhere close to in these first 2 seasons. But thanks to the win at France, that has pushed me up to the heights that I'm at. Williams as a whole has 42 points, which means that George Russell has 4 points himself. We are 10 points behind Renault and 22 points behind McLaren. I don't think we're going to get, if we do get any more points, we're not going to go higher than Racing Point, because I think Racing Point at this point in time is kind of the dividing line between 5 and 6. So we're basically the best. We were trying to be the best of the bottom half at this point in time. See, that's the thing, Ollie. I would hope that Monza... See, that we're not talking about Monza wet. I'm hoping that Monza is not wet today. You're talking about Spa. You're talking about Spa yesterday. But, of course, you take a look at everything else. Mercedes, of course, leading the way, not just in constructors, but drivers as well. Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas just fighting it out for the driver's title, with Max Verstappen very closely in 3rd place. But when you see the podiums, when you have seen the podiums the last 4 races, really, it has been Hamilton wins, Bottas 2nd, Max Verstappen 3rd. It's basically mimicking real life at this point in time, the way the podiums are shaking out. Pierre Gasly, Daniel Kvyat having good performances as well to put AlphaTauri 3rd in the constructor standings. Honestly, came out of nowhere because I did not think that the AI would have built up AlphaTauri as good as they have. I mean, we saw it since day one, since race 1. AlphaTauri have been a force to be reckoned with in this season. What's going on, Props? Okay, that's not a good sound. There is a storm coming into the Chicago area, so I'm knocking on wood. Hopefully it doesn't knock out power. It's supposed to be a heavy storm, so I'm hoping it does not knock out power, so we can get this stream done and all well and good. So without any further ado, and there's the heavy rain. I heard the thunder, and now you got heavy rain just absolutely, because that's my windows right there. Heavy rain just plastering the windows right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but yeah, like I said, just knocking on wood. Hopefully we're not gonna have any sort of power outage. That's the last thing I want right now. So I think what's best for us is we should probably just get into this race. Let's get into this Monza race and get it done. And, hey, no rain. Well, at the very least, there's no rain front-facing. It is supposed to be partly cloudy for qualifying and the race as well. And as far as the weather forecast goes, partly cloudy throughout the entirety of the race and qualifying. No rain whatsoever. Shut the fuck up outside. I don't want to hear your shit, Mother Nature. God damn. If you would choose for YouTube, which would you choose, Kvyat or Checo or Ocon? Ooh. Honestly, I would go with Carlos Sainz. I would go with Checo. I think that out of those 3, Checo is the best. From a driver standpoint, as well as a stat standpoint in the game. So I would go with Carlos Sainz. Oh no, or is Checo Sergio Perez, or is Checo Carlos Sainz? Either way, out of those 3, if it's Checo is Sergio Perez or Checo is Carlos Sainz, either way, I'd say that they are better than Kvyat or Ocon. It is Sergio. Okay, I keep forgetting. That's right. Carlos is Carlito because of course it's Carlos Sainz Jr. So it'd be Carlito. Checo is Sergio Perez. I would still go with Sergio Perez. I still would go with Sergio Perez out of those 3. Just 100%. All right, let's get into practice. Like I said, it is pretty abysmal outside right now, and I knew this storm was coming too. Like, we had 6 straight days of 70+ degrees Fahrenheit weather here in Chicago, and then there was going to be a cold front coming on through, and it's going to be full of rain, and the temperatures are going to drop down to like sub 50 degrees, so less than 10 degrees Celsius for I would hope the very rest of the season. Like, I don't think we're going to have any higher temperatures than 10 degrees Celsius going the rest of the way. I mean, obviously it's fall. It should be, falling towards winter temperatures. You got 8th in the constructors and you're super hyped. So, yeah, I think Sergio Perez could help you out. Absolutely. What do I think about the 2021 calendar? There's not really much change, is it? It's Vietnam is out and Saudi Arabia is in. Like, that's it. And, of course, the dates for... I don't know which races' dates have changed. I do know that Zandvoort's has been moved later in the season. Zandvoort is actually in between Spa and Monza now. So they go Spa, then Zandvoort, then Monza next year, which actually is a pretty tasty 3-race stretch, not gonna lie. I love all 3 of those tracks.
If you want to know specific information,
so I feel like that
changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to
outside of
activate the system,
any sort of
and you can
major
either speak the
changes,
command or
which I don't see any, I think it's going to be a good season. But yeah, I didn't see any other race have any change of dates. It was just Zandvoort that was the major one. Zandvoort was the major date change, Vietnam not showing up anymore, and the addition of Saudi Arabia, which Saudi Arabia is supposed to be the season ender. Isn't that right? Saudi Arabia is supposed to be the new season ender? Saudi is second to last, gotcha. I recall seeing the Saudi flag down near the end there. I do recall seeing it there. I just didn't remember if it was the last race or not. God, these Lesmos turns are really fucking dumb. First one especially, not gonna lie. That first one is such a tighter radius than the second one. Never want to upset the car through the Ascari chicane. Round Parabolica. Ran a little wide there. And we got target score right on the dot. They want 335. I got 335. Sergio left the Sprit or Spirit? Sports. I think you meant to say sport and you just mistyped it. So Sergio retired. You should have had the email saying that he was going to retire. Yeah, Henzo, Interlagos remains on the schedule, barring contract negotiations with Rio. Because I think there was a little caveat attached to Interlagos. And I think that caveat was that if the Rio track got done in time, they would go to the Rio track. Oh, shit. But no, I do agree with you. I prefer Interlagos. Interlagos is a solid track. And I'm not talking about just playing it in game. In real life, it's a pretty solid track too. When is the last time? When was the last time the Brazilian Grand Prix was not at Interlagos? Ah, shit. We're talking about it's been a long time since the Brazilian Grand Prix has been held at a track other than Interlagos, right? Actually, hold on a second. I think... I know Sarantia gave me some new setups. I want to take a look and see if they differ all that much from what I currently have. Also of his setups. Let me take a look and see. Car setup, custom setup. What are the wings? He's got wing 1.6. I currently have it at 1.3. I'd rather keep it at 1.3. I don't know why he's saying 1.6. That just doesn't seem right to me. Of course, I need to bump that up to 100. The tires are still the same. Suspension does change. 1.8.2 for the front anti-roll bar. Oh, okay. Alright. And then front camber, rear camber. That's a big-ass change. I don't know why that is. Differential off throttle 75. Okay, we'll save this. Save car setup. Italy, of course. I was gonna say that's kind of a big change in certain aspects. So I'm gonna give that a ride. Last time was 1989 that it wasn't Interlagos. Okay. I also think that that was around that time that Interlagos was being changed up, right? Because Interlagos' layout has varied wildly over the years. Like, Interlagos used to be a lot longer of a circuit. If memory serves me correctly by, you know, Wikipedia and all that shit and seeing the different layouts of it. I believe that Interlagos has been changed like 3 or 4 different times. And this is one of the shorter layouts, if not the shortest layout Interlagos has been ever in its history. Lesmos 1 still giving me fits. Still trying to figure out where the fuck I have to apex Lesmos 1. What the fuck, man? Ascari Chicane being as shit as ever. No, I've seen the various Interlagos layouts, my man. I'm just trying to remember if the reason why they didn't do it in '89 was because they were changing the layout up. They were changing it to the current layout. Which I believe they then used a track by the name of the Autodrome Nelson Piquet. I believe, also that track does not exist anymore, but I believe that was the track that they used while Interlagos was being changed up. famous Brazilian driver Nelson Piquet. And isn't it true that the circuit that's going to be built in Rio, I believe it's going to be named after Senna? I think that's what the President Bolsonaro said before, is that he was going to name that track in Rio after Senna. I mean, you have several Senna tributes around F1. Like, they've named various S's and chicanes after Senna, after his passing. It's about high time that a full actual track has been named after him. God damn it, I went over again. Major Pain, 1904, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you enjoy the stream. It's this fucking Ascari chicane. I always just lose my shit over here. Alright, so what's my top speed looking like? 217 miles an hour. Going into turn 1. I could go faster. I know I can go faster. Still trying to find the apex at Lesmos 1. Still pissing me off. So anyway, Turkish Grand Prix this weekend. I know since we're actually talking about F1 stuff now. Turkish Grand Prix this upcoming weekend. I think the only two drivers that have actually raced on it when it was last in F1 calendar were Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton and Vettel both have raced it last. So you got to think that, once again, it's going to be another factor of, is Hamilton going to win, or are you going to bet against him? Do you choose Hamilton, or do you choose the field as to who is going to win at Turkey? Because as I've said before, as long as Hamilton is driving, it is really hard to bet against him. Oh, of course, how could I forget Kimmy? Ah, for fuck's sake, that was bad. How could I forget Kimmy? How could I forget my father? My Lord, Savior, and Mentor. Yeah, Kimmy's the oldest F1 driver right now. Well, not the oldest in history, he's just the oldest currently driving. Yeah, I have already surpassed my father. I don't really need to care about him now, do I? Now do I, Tykesman. This is the 5th track layout that Interlagos has, and it is the 2nd shortest. Oh, okay, I thought this was the shortest layout Interlagos has ever had. Lord, Savior, God, King, President, Emperor, and all-around great guy. Turn 8's going to be insane this weekend. Turn 8, yeah, that, triple apex right-hander that everybody loves, that everyone says is the best on that track. That I believe it's turn 15 at the US Grand Prix is supposed to mimic it. Hey Nigel, what's going on, man? Just doing some practice for Monza. If it is a right-hander, then that's my mistake, because I'm just remembering what the US one is. Because the US one is a right-hander. Like double apex right-hander. Yars! Thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Oh, that was way over. Oh, didn't count. That was like way over halfway. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't count it. I do have this set to strict. I do have the corner cutting set to strict, so I'm kind of surprised that it did not, in fact, get called. This probably will. Nope, didn't.
Program complete.
Playing Witcher 3? Well done, 4th Instructor. Yeah, and here's the thing. I was practicing that for only a couple of days. I wanted to get better at this Watkins Glen race in the trucks than in my other league, my 1987 car league, stock car league, where I did 3 laps of Watkins Glen out of a schedule 35, and I crashed into a wall every single lap. Every single lap. Used up my fast repair on lap 2, and then ate shit again on lap 3, and my night was pretty much done. So I wanted retribution on that race, the truck race at Watkins Glen, to make up for the bad outing in my 1987 race. Which also, the 1987 race at Watkins Glen, that was the final round, or the final race in the round of 10 in the playoffs that they run. So, unfortunately, because I wrecked out, I didn't make it into the next round. So I'm just a field filler in that league. That's a Thursday night league, Nigel. So if you are stopping by on Thursday nights, you will be able to see that league. You're playing Witcher 3. I was going to say, raise your hand, who here has any of the new consoles? Do you have a PS5 or do you have an Xbox Series X or S? Who went and got a new console? I gotta put my hand down because I don't. In fact, I just got my Xbox One last year because a buddy was selling his off. He didn't want it anymore. So I'm like, I'll take it because I've never had an Xbox One ever.
The session has drawn to a close. So
I will gladly take your Xbox One off your hands because I had a shitload of games that I wanted to play on that console that I never had a chance to. Like Forza Horizon 3 and 4, Forza Motorsport 7, the continuation of the Assassin's Creed series like Origins and Odyssey, and Valhalla is going to be on Xbox One too. So I think Valhalla just got released as well, so I'm going to try and download that and give that a run. So yeah, as far as my ICE goes, well, as far as just my engine in general, I mean, look at this. My third MGUK is at 43%. That's going to be near 50 by the end of this race. The MGUH is at 37. That might boost up to like 42, 43, so I could get one more race out of it, but I'd rather just get brand new MGUK and H's for the Singapore Grand Prix. My energy store is at 44%, which means that I'm going to have to get a new one at Singapore. My turbocharger, my third one is at 41%, so once again, I get a new one at Singapore. And my control electronics wear down the least, but I'd rather just get a brand new one in Singapore so I don't need to get a new one the rest of the season. But as far as my ICE goes, I'm at 62, 59, 47. My current one is at 21. So I'd rather just get a brand new one at Singapore, just get wholesale brand new engine parts at Singapore, and continue to use ICE number 4 until I go ahead and get that new one. At least I'll have a fresh ICE on stock so that I can take the 60-point grid penalty and then not have to worry about taking any more grid penalties for like the next 5 races or so. Not sure how Alex blamed you. I was behind. I was behind. Actually, no. At the start of the race, I was in front of you, so I didn't see. All I saw was cars spinning into turn 1 or sliding out into turn 1. I didn't see anybody hit anybody, so I can't make a judge. I can't make a judgment call. I was focused on my race. And then as I got out of turn 1, I looked at my rear view and I saw a car spinning. I'm like, oh, well, something happened. So I don't know who was to blame, who was at fault, so I can't say who was who. And I don't have the replay anymore, or I don't have the replay at all. Never had it. So I can't go back and look at it. Alright, so moving on, let's go ahead to Monza qualifying. And I also have my race engine in stock, in tow, so I can get the most power out of this damn car. I need to have a lot of power output on this car, especially on this track. Hey, what's going on, Arch? You're thinking about going for a PC early next year? I would recommend it. I mean, like, as I just built this PC out back in when did I buy this? This was like May, June. God, has it really been like 6 months now since I built this PC? And yeah, 5-6 months since I built this PC, and I did a stream on building this current PC. I didn't even save that shit because it was Joe and myself that were building this PC on stream. I should have saved that. Replay, because we took like 2.5 hours, 3 hours to build out the PC. Because there were a couple of parts that were not fitting right, and when we were doing electronics tests, like the fans, the lights, the LEDs, were not really working right out of the gate. So we had to fiddle around with it to make sure that all the connections to the motherboard were okay. Because obviously, well, the LEDs didn't really matter. If it didn't light up, then that's okay. However, the front-facing fans, the gigantic air-sucking fans on the front, those were not working at first connection. So we had to finagle that around just to make sure that it was connected to the right pins on the motherboard, and ultimately they did end up working. Like I said, that took like a good hour. Like, the majority of the PC was built out and fine, but it was trying to figure out which of the pin connectors on the motherboard were for the fans, and I think there's actually a dead connector on the motherboard, so if I try to put in another fan on this, I can't use that pin connector because it's dead. And I'm not going to send at this point in time, I can't send the motherboard back. The warranty's up, and I've already used it for quite a long time, so I'm just going to use it for what it is right now. Alright, so with that being said, moving on into qualifying here at Monza. I just want to make sure I've got the engine. Yes, all new engine parts. What's my gearbox like? 27. Wow, 27% after 2 races. That's not good gearbox wear. Not in the slightest. And I feel like Monza's going to take its toll on it. Singapore's going to take its toll on it. What's going on, J-Ro? Like, the next few tracks are going to take its toll on the gearbox, and it's not going to be good. Alright, drop the fuel. And let's go have some fun with this. clocking some fast speeds around here, and just gotta hope not to slip out. Actually, a very solid exit of the first chicane there. Lesmos was going so well up until that second part of it. Like, up until Lesmos 2, that was the best lap I think I ever would have put in at Monza. Pedal down, Brian. Pedal down. Alright, 119.9. That actually puts me second on the table. A 119.9 at Monza. Do I go out for another lap or do I let it sit as is? Ooh, that's we're actually looking pretty solid right now. Time-wise, we're actually looking pretty solid. We might qualify top 10 as it stands right now. I'm 7th. George is 10th. I don't think I need to do another lap. I think I'm solid. How many people behind me? Are there going to be 8 people behind me that are going to put in a faster lap? Okay, maybe Albon, Verstappen, Lando, Kvyat, Ricciardo. Maybe 5, but I don't think there's going to be 8 people that are going to get a faster time than me that's going to knock me out. So I think we've officially made it into Q2. Yeah, I'm not going to put together another lap. I think I've made it into Q2. Just after 1 lap. Yep. Wonderful stuff. You love to see it. Both George and I, both Williams cars advancing into Q2 at Monza of all places. Who did not make it? Of course, my rival right now is it Lando? No, it's Carlos. My rival is Carlos, so I gotta beat Carlos going forward. Alright, but who didn't make it? Kvyat, Verstappen. What happened to Verstappen's car? Max is starting 17th. Dude, that's wild. Ricciardo's starting 18th. Giovinazzi and Magnussen, all the cars that did not make it. What the fuck? Dude, that's so fucking wild. I did joke. No, joke. I had Lando as my rival beforehand and I lost it, so I believe my rival now is Carlos. But hey, Max Verstappen not making it past Q1 at Monza, of all fucking places. I'm surprised by that. But you gotta admit, that was actually a pretty solid lap that I put forth. It was a real damn solid lap that I put forth in this. Alright, I don't need to do anything else. Let me just go out and set another lap. Shit, let me go out there. Let me go at it again. Yeah, the Turkish race is once again going to be super early for me. Just like Russia, it's going to be like a 6 o'clock in the morning start. So I don't know if I'll actually wake up in time to see the race. Little bit of wheel lock going into one, but other than that, it actually was a pretty solid turn through there. Little bit of wheel spin. Hey, what's going on, Joe? I think I should have dropped down to 5th gear there through Lesmos 2. Oh, who's in front of me? Signs, you're gonna screw my lap up. Signs is on his outlap and he's gonna screw my lap up. Look at this fuck mook. Oh my god. If it wasn't for Signs at Parabolica, I could have had a faster time, like at least a couple of tenths faster. Where am I sitting at right now? Oh, I could have easily broken into 119. If I did not have to deal with Signs. Look at that. He's only 3 tenths faster than me. If Signs did not fuck me over, I'd be sitting top 10 right now. Without a doubt, I'd be sitting top 10. Okay. So if I want to make it into Q3, which by the way will be the first ever time I do it legitimately, I get into Q3, I need to be a tenth faster, which I can easily do because of the bad Parabolica that I took the first lap. Oh, I'm absolutely going to do a second lap. Who is currently on the outside looking in? Kimi, George, Albon, myself, and Vettel. Hamilton's down in 8th, but he also qualified on a medium tire. I don't think Hamilton is in danger of getting bumped out. Alright, let's go. Second lap. And I need to be... For safety reasons, I probably want to get like a quarter of a second faster. 0.25. You like watching Monaco? So do I, K-Mac. Like I said, for safety, probably a quarter of a second faster. Bad apexing. Bad apexing through a Scari, but I was able to get it stable. Now the all-important Parabolica, 6 tenths faster. I'm going up 6 tenths on my last lap. I have to make Q3. I have to have made Q3. Let's go! Let's go! Our first legitimate Q3, and I'm... Oh... Wow, second place. Second place, boys. Our first legitimate Q3. Look at that. George Russell didn't even try. And Lewis Hamilton almost got bumped out by Lando Norris. 2 thousandths of a second faster than Lando Norris on his medium tires. So Hamilton obviously is going to have the better strat by starting on the medium. Everyone else is going to start on the soft. But yeah. 2 thousandths of a second between Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris. Insane. Not 1,000, 2 thousandths. Close. All the same. Very close. Whereas me, I was just a 10th under Charles to be fastest in the qualifying. This is insane, my man. This is absolutely insane. Now it all comes down to Q3. I know I could be fast on this track. I know I can get the speed. In the words of Lightning McQueen, I am speed. I can get it on this track. It was. Whoops. Now, I'm not saying that a pole position is possible, but it is possible. Well, not if I cut that second chicane like I did. Not if I cut the second chicane like I did right there. Oh yeah, Hamilton on softs, he's more than likely going to get the pole. Hey, what's going on, Will? You've actually missed a lot. If you've not seen a lot of this Williams career, a lot has changed from Season 1 to now. Williams right now is one of the fastest cars on the grid. The way that I built this car up, it was to lighten the car by changing the chassis and also making it more aerodynamic in Season 1. Season 2 is where I'm making all of the engine upgrades, and right now we are, I believe, second only to Mercedes as far as engine power on the grid. So this car is starting to turn into a pretty substantially fast car. And obviously, I am going to go out for another lap. I just want to see where I'm at right now. 6th place. Potentially 7th, depending on what Gasly does. I am one whole second. Yeah, Gasly went ahead of me. I am one whole second behind Lewis Hamilton. One whole ass second behind Lewis Hamilton. All right. Final lap in Q3. Where is going to be my final position? If I get a half a second faster, I could move up into 3rd place. If I somehow find half a second, I can move up into 3rd. Yeah, and actually we did pull off a win at France earlier this season, Will. Some might call it a fluke, but it was a pretty well thought out victory. Ah, damn it. And spin out. Because the strategy was I went and started in 18th place and I went soft medium. Whereas everybody else was doing either medium hard or 2-stop strategy. Nah, I don't think I'm going to get faster. Ah, come on, Brian. I think I'm trying to cut it way too much. Yeah, I'm cutting it way too much. I'm just gonna end the session. So it's really fucking hot here. which you wouldn't think so because the temperature is starting to cool down here in Chicago. All right, so where did I ultimately end up? I'm starting 7th.
Before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid.
But yeah, that's the thing. If I would have found another half second, I would have moved up into 3rd. But look at that top 10. A top 10 start. Which I think this is going to be the first ever time. Yeah, this is going to be the first ever time I will have a legitimate top 10 start. Because I think I've had only one other top 10 start, but that was because of grid penalty. That boosted me up into the top 10. Which I think it was 10th. So this is our first legit top 10 start after reaching Q3, also for the first time legitimately. Hamilton, Bottas, Gasly, Perez, Leclerc, Vettel, me, Ocon, Stroll, and Carlos Sainz. That is your top 10.
Bottas and Pierre Gasly. One of only 2 countries that has held a race every year since the very first Formula One World Championship in 1950. It is, of course, Italy, one of the great racing nations. And it's time to get underway for the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6 mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Gasly, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Vettel, O'Brien, Ocon, Stroll and Carlos Sainz, Norris, Grosjean, Alexander Albon and Russell, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo, Giovinazzi and Kevin Magnussen
and that's it. Nobody else is worth my time. Also, yeah, Wolf, you were reading that correctly. That is a legit 7th place start. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Liz Ionix, you're not the only one. There was another user in here that is predominantly German, or I shouldn't say that because he is German, living in Germany. And he said himself too that the German dub just is not all that great, so he is playing on English, and not just the dub, but the wording as well. Like it's just badly dubbed and badly translated from English to German, so he prefers to play it and read it in English. So of course for the race director, Lewis Hamilton was the only one that qualified on medium tires. He barely qualified on medium tires. It was only 0.02 of a second faster than, I believe it was Lando Norris. Yeah, because Lando Norris was 11th. He was 0.02 of a second faster than Lando on the medium tires, and as a result is going to be the only one starting on medium tires. But it doesn't matter because he's going to be fast as fuck regardless, because it's Lewis Hamilton in a Mercedes. You're really going to have a hard time beating that no matter what he's in and what he's on. But it looks like, yeah, the rest of the grid should all be soft. Yeah, the rest of the grid is going to be a soft to medium strat, for sure. It's going to be a soft to medium strat. I don't know why it's telling me go soft to hard. That's just not going to work. The day you hear your name on a pole position, you will lose it. Yeah, it was fun having that when I was in my team career, where it was basically between myself and Alexander Albon switching off pole positions race after race. I got that, Wolf. You want to see how Lewis is going to do in the Williams? You want to see how Lewis would do in a Williams? George and Latifi are going to get fired. You can keep dreaming. Who is starting to buy into the rumors that Lewis might walk away from F1 at the end of the season? Because those rumors are starting to gain traction, by the way. The difference is only 7 seconds between soft and medium. I drop that back. I kind of want to go... Yeah, we'll go 9 laps instead. The default is 8. The personalized is 10. I'm going to split it down the middle, and I'm going to pit after 9 laps, go on medium tires the rest of the way. Dutch isn't all that great either, Ollie. Well, why does it seem like that the dubbed versions outside of English just don't get the same level of love and attention as the English language does? I don't know. Not buying it, not buying it. You're not. Clickbait. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm not buying it either. Like, in all honesty, the legitimate thing that I've heard out of this whole saga is that once Lewis wins the championship, which should be after the Turkish race, is when he will re-sign with Mercedes. I don't know for how many more years, but he will be signing a new contract after he's wrapped up the championship. That was what I heard. And that is honestly what I'm being led to believe, is that once he wins the championship, he'll re-sign with Mercedes. I mean, look at this. Mercedes is paying so much to have Lewis as the face of the team, the face of the company. Why would Lewis want to leave all of that when he pretty much has a guaranteed spot? In fact, if he goes on any team, he's got a guaranteed seat. So why would he want to leave that? All right, let's go. Whoa! Ah, for fuck's sake. Start it over. Start it over. That entire wheel spin shit just completely fucked me. If I didn't have that wheel spin, if I didn't have that wheel spin, I probably would have done the same fucking thing there, wrecked my front wing. And this is why I always play with flashbacks, because if I never had flashbacks on, I'd DNF every single race. It's just a no-doubter. I would DNF every single race, and where's the fun in that? Lockup going into turn 1. Per usual, I've also already dropped 2 spots. Fighting between Ocon and Sainz in front of me. Man, Ocon and Sainz are trying really hard in front of me. Oh, shit. What the fuck is up with these two? I have such a big run on them. And I can't get around them. I had such a big run on both of them, and I couldn't even get around them. And now I'm just going to drop so far back that I'm not going to be able to catch up to him. Is that true, Joke? Well, actually, it definitely looks like it is.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Alright, so I just gotta hope that they burn out their ERS then. What difficulty am I on? 95. Oh, I can't play 110, no way. For certain, I cannot play at 110. If you can play at 110, you're a robot, and I commend you for it if you can, but there's no way I can do it. Nope, not even in a fast car, because back in F1 2019, I tried. Whoa. I did a test with my McLaren that I had at the time, which was the best car on the grid after 2 seasons. Fastest, best aero, best everything. I raced at 110 at Abu Dhabi, and I finished last place. God damn it. Okay, I need to stop talking to you guys. I finished last place, 20 seconds behind Kubica, which Kubica back in 2019 was the slowest driver in the game. So that just shows you how fucking unfair 110 is. If I drove a Mercedes... No. No, not even if I drove a Mercedes. Fuck off, George! Got my buddy right here. Please do not go in front of me. Please do not go in front of me. I beg. Fuck you.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
George, please. George, please. Oh my god. Fuck. the fall continues. Like I said, if you could do 110, good for you. It's just not for me. It honestly does not seem fun for me. So I'm not even going to bother with it. George! Are you fucking stupid? Alright, there's flashback number 1 because my teammate's an idiot. Oh my god. Alright, I'm down to 2 flashbacks now.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Once again, all because my teammate's an idiot. Fucking, what was he thinking? He just said, fuck it, I'll send it into turn 1. Basically, everybody that I play with online in F1 and on iRacing is just, I'm gonna fucking send it, and I don't care who lives or dies, I am sending it into turn 1. Like a fucking idiot. Well, that certainly was a driving line through that turn. It certainly wasn't the best, but it was a line. Yeah, my driving is also inconsistent too now because I'm trying to push these tires, which are already starting to be worn out. So I can't quite hit the line that I have been hitting. Fuck, now here comes Ricardo. There goes Ricardo. Jesus H. Christ. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I'm gonna be boxing this lap anyway. Hey Mike, how's it hanging? Yeah, George, why are you so bad? Legitimately my thought. Alright, I'm coming in this lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Good amount of drivers coming into pit as well. Vettel already pit for hards.
Go now.
Ocon's coming into pit for hards.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Or I should say Ocon already pit. He's on the hard tires. Yeah, they haven't announced anything yet, though, Mike. I definitely am, but like I said, they have not announced anything. Aside from saying they were doing a Season 3, there is nothing about, like, when it will come out. I don't even know how you would script it, to be honest.
George is in the pits. George in the pits.
Yeah, I just don't get a sense that the drivers would do that. Nor would I think that Netflix would want to do that as well. Alright, we have moved up into 13th place. Ocon on hard tires in front of me. Want to get back into the points-paying positions. I don't know if that's possible, though. Stroll, oh shit! Well, that was severely compromised right there, Mike. I saw Stroll coming out of the pits. I'm like, okay, what's Ocon gonna do? That was my fault. That was all my fault. I read the situation wrong. That's what I wanted to do, but I read it too late. Legitimately, that was what I wanted to do, but I read the situation too late. The switchback.
Execute order 66.
Hey, thanks for the sub coming on in. I'll get to you as soon as I get to the straightaway. Spade UK coming on in with a Twitch Prime sub 4 months in a row, dude. Welcome back to the Gendo gang. And thank you very much for the support and dedication to the stream, my man. Hiya, been Spade. The fact that Ocon's on hards and he's catching up to me is a little unfortunate. Dude, I'm sorry to hear. I mean, I'm right there with you. We'll figure it out, man. We'll get back. We'll get back to where we were. I'm still putting out as many applications as I possibly can, but like I said before, on yesterday's stream and for many streams previous, I just am not getting any response back, not even like a form a form rejection letter. Not even getting that, and it's real annoying.
Caution, caution.
Somebody wrecked in front. It's the Red Bull. It's Verstappen. No, it's not Verstappen, it's Albon. Oh, it's Gasly! Oh, shit.
That was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Whoops. Like, oh, it's Gasly. Oh, shit. Oh, that was awful.
Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Whoops. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. Now the question is, do I come in and pit for soft tires? The answer, no. The answer is going to be a hard no. I'm not pitting for anything.
Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Bro, that was under a safety car. That was under a safety car I did not expect to come out, honestly. I do have one left. That was so bad. Totally not expecting it to come out. Sainz just fucking dies, just kills his engine right in front of me. Hey, Brad George, what's going on, man? Not much. We just got a safety car with 12 laps to go here at Monza. It's okay, you saw nothing. I certainly did not just pull a George Russell. Favorite track is Montreal. But Monza is in my top 3. I would ask you the same question. Who's your favorite driver as well as what's your favorite track? So I think we're going to be going green at the end of this lap. So there'll be 10 laps left to go. I don't have a favorite team. I don't watch a lot of F1, so I can't really put my backing behind any team. My favorite driver's Kimi, though, which will then be Daniel Ricciardo when Kimi retires, thanks to Drive to Survive. But like I said, I don't watch a lot of F1. Yeah, thanks to the pandemic, it's got me into trying to watch more F1. But the start times here in Chicago are like 8 a.m. at the latest. In fact, the Turkish Grand Prix this weekend, it's going to be a 6 a.m. Chicago start time. So it's like, I don't really want to wake up early and watch it.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap.
I don't really want to go and wake up
there is no
that early
overtaking
to
until
watch
the
a
green
race.
flags. Safety car in this lap.
Alright, so I got just about a lap's worth of fuel in my tank now, thanks to that.
Okay, the incident.
All right,
has been
Signs, I'm
cleared.
gonna eat
Let's
you
get
for
back up
lunch.
to racing speed.
Signs with a big old dive up the inside. Basically killing everybody behind him. Almost killed me. Alright, back to race pace. Yeah, it wasn't really the cleanest there, Edwin. At least P3, boy, I would be happy if I just take a top 10 at this point in time. I'd like to at least eat anybody with a hard tire up in front of me. So Sebastian Vettel fits the bill. He's on hard tires. Following Carlos Sainz. What difficulty? 95. And if anybody wants to know what my difficulty is from here on out, !AI will help you out. Exclamation point AI, and as what Spade just pointed out, that is my assists command. Exclamation point assists. Wow, can you imagine that's actually my first off-track warning? Alright, DRS back this lap. 8 laps to go.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Which one? The Halo? Yep, the Halo one. I mean, Halo is there. I also do have career. But I don't really update career all that much. Sainz and Vettel fighting it out in front of me. Yeah, I mean, the one main assist you can see right in front of you is my driving line. It is corners only. Which I'm vowing by the end of the year to try and get rid of it entirely. You're stumped how I can drive cockpit mode? Well, I'm driving it with a wheel. It feels really weird not driving cockpit mode with a wheel. Like, I have an Xbox, so I play a lot of Forza outside of this. I play with a controller there. And I drive with chase cam or, you know, any other outside view. But if I try to do like T-pillar or any outside view with this, with a wheel, it just seems very weird. It does not feel natural to me. How do I do 95 without any assist? Practice. Lots and lots of practice, my man. Oh, shit. Hell, when I first start... Oh, shit. Alright, this is going to be my last flashback. Hell, when I first started playing F1 back in April, I started at... oh, God, the big lockup. I started at, what was it, 40? And I just worked my way up from there. But yeah, that's all it is. It's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Because, of course, the old adage is practice make perfect. Which I might get flack for even saying that, because I think that adage is now being changed. Because practice does not make perfect, but practice makes consistent. Practice will help you be consistent. Whoa, Sainz locking up. Sainz is just locking up a crap load in front of me. Bro, the competency will come in time. Don't feel like that there's going to be like an immediate gain. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Did anybody else just see that? The double send! The bob and weave through Sainz and Vettel, and I move up to 5th. Holy shit, I think my heart just went into my throat there. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta lick the stamp and fucking send it, my man. I was clenching the entire way because I did not think I would have stuck that.
Engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
I honestly thought I would have been caught on the grass. I want to go back to the replay on that one. Yeah, that is true. That is true there, Wolf. Guaranteed, if I played as much SMB3 as you did, yes, I would be on your level, for sure. Like, that's without a doubt. Hey, Delios. How's it going?
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Delios, you just missed the awesome maneuver I put on Sainz and Vettel behind me. It was a thing of beauty. You can always go back and watch it, just mental note lap 21. Thanks, Merman. I just gotta try not overdrive. I gotta stop overdriving the Lesmos, as you can see here. Keegan, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. It was clutch. You wanna know what else was clutch? Me and my butthole, because I did not think I was gonna make that. Legitimately, dude, I thought I was just going to die. And I'm all out of flashbacks, by the way. I am all out of flashbacks here, so I've got to run this as potentially safely as I can to hold this position down. Which currently in the running for a top 5. Oof. After I qualified 7th here, that's the thing, I made Q3. This was the first legit Q3 I had this entire career. So yeah, I'd say that I've been doing extremely well here at this track. And have been doing better here in recent seasons.
Issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Well, that's because the next race after the British Grand Prix is the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Hungary is very, very tough, man. Hungary is a very tough race. So don't feel at all bad if you didn't do as well as you thought you would after Silverstone. Hungary's just very tough. I don't like that track.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
And it's like Hungary is dangerously close to one of the tracks I'd get rid of if I dropped to a 16 race schedule. It's like, it's Monza, or not Monza, Jesus Christ, no, it's Monaco, it's Vietnam, hell, what else, Abu Dhabi can get in the bin, Spain, I would take away Spain too, I'm not a fan of it. I take out Russia. Yeah, Vietnam is just trash. I'm glad that they are not going to put it back on the calendar next year. Little bit of an early apex there at Lesmos 1. A little bit of an early apex there at Lesmos too. See, here's the thing, Keegan. Somehow I do well at Russia. I can drive the track well, but I just don't like the flow of the track, if you get my drift. Like, while I may do well there, I just don't like the flow of the track. Conversely, while I don't do well at Suzuka, I've never really done well at Suzuka, I do love the flow of the track. I just need to get better at it. Final lap, white flag in the air. Time to push with all the fuel that I possibly have left in this tank. I'm not going to catch Sergio Perez in front of me, but at the very least I can hold off the challengers behind me of Vettel and Stroll.
Less than a lap of
May have
fuel
been
now. The tank
may
is
have
empty.
been a little bit of a late apex on both the Lesmoses there. I'm fast at Monza. It does help that I have a decently fast car. I built this Williams out decently fast within the last season and a half. So I would say that part of it is due to the car, part of it is due to the setup, and part of it is due to the driving ability. But anyway, you're going to cross the line, 5th place, top 5 at Monza. Not a bad finish at all. Not a bad finish at all in the Williams. Daniel Kvyat gets driver of the day, starting in 7th, finishing in 5th. A very solid game for Williams today.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows.
Mercedes with another
So
win.
after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making
Hamilton,
their way to the
Bottas,
podium.
Leclerc
Once
is your
again,
top
it's the
3.
Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for
Leclerc
Mercedes.
taking away 3rd from Max Verstappen this time. As we all know, the traditional podium nowadays is Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen. It's the most common podium. At least I got points, and I got decent points at that. I think 5th place is what, 10 points?
So let's review the updated drivers' standings.
Yeah, look at that. 5th place is 10 points. 10 whole points to add to Williams' tally. Outside of the podium, Sergio is in 4th, Vettel 6th, Stroll 7th. Of course, you saw me fighting them. Daniel Kvyat gets 8th, Sainz in 9th, Ricciardo 10th. Norris, Verstappen, wow, both Red Bulls not even getting points. As you can see, 12th and 13th down there. George Russell in 14th, not bad.
It's a great result for Lewis
I wouldn't say that's
Hamilton,
bad
who moves
whatsoever. Then Giovinazzi, Ocon, Magnussen, Raikkonen, Grosjean, and of course Pierre Gasly crashing out, starting 3rd. And, well, not crashing out, his engine went boom. So, you hate to see it.
further ahead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would
Russell, yeah, no shit. Russell and his dive-bombing ass trying to take me out into turn 1. Like, I saw that coming, too. Part of me wanted to just not enter into the turn, but I wanted to take that turn, and Russell was just, Did Grosjean finish? Yes, he did. So anyway, we did get the 10 points, which would have actually tied us with Renault if Renault didn't get a single point on the board, but they did. We are now 1 point behind Renault and 14 points behind McLaren. Yeah, a little bit of a gap now between us and McLaren. But yeah, 1 point behind Renault for 7th on the constructor standings. I'm getting all the points here. All but 4 points in this Williams are all due to me. So I have been carrying this team second season. George Russell last season got all of our points, which I believe was only 5, but George Russell still got all of our points. Now I am pretty much getting all of the team's points.
you rank as your driver of the day?
I mean, can it be any...
Not the worst. Absolutely. I gotta deal with Claire.
The fans really
Of course
seem
I
to
gotta
enjoy
deal with
that.
Claire.
You made it look easy. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
What is my secret? Great team, great car.
Things were close between you and your rival. But it looks like you're coming up top, doesn't it?
Carlos is good, but they ain't on my level. I'm gonna be that cheeky git.
Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash?
I'm not gonna say anything. What crash? I don't know what you're talking about. Prince of Persia reset. It's essentially the Prince of Persia flashback. It's like, I don't remember it that way. What crash do you speak of? That's pretty much what it is. It's basically like playing Prince of Persia Sands of Time. You just backtrack, and it's like, yeah, I don't remember falling into my death with a punji pit. No, I didn't get into that crash. That crash never happened. Like playing Jedi Mind Tricks. Like, you don't remember that crash. No crash ever happened. Alright, so as I may mention before, I'm spending no points until the regulations come down, of course, which is either the Russian or the Japanese Grand Prix, so I am going to be holding off on utilizing any points until that time. And if there are any regulations that come down this season, then I will convert all of those points over first before I do anything like further building out for my engine or my durability. Because at this point in time, I cannot build up my chassis or my aero. As you can see, I have fully maxed out both of them for the factory spec level. We're only at factory spec 1. So I can't really do much of anything at this point in time. I gotta wait until Williams decide, hey, let's throw some money into building up the facilities instead of, hey, let's throw money into George Russell to make him a better driver. Instead of trying to make George Russell a better driver, how about making both of us a better driver by allowing me to build out my car? Okay, Williams? This is why you sold your company, is because you're shit with money. This is why, Claire, you are no longer the team principal. But yeah, as you can see here with the Aero 2, I can't touch this because, as you can see, the question marks, facility spec 2 required for all of them. If I want to build this out, I need to wait until the factory goes to spec 2. And as you can see with the engine stuff, these are the only 2 things that were given to me when this facility got built to spec 2. All these question marks are all if I build this out, and I need to build this out to spec 3. Or Hope Williams puts money to build it to spec 3. So, as you can see, I can do a lot with my engine. I could build this engine out pretty strongly until we hit that level of we need to build out to spec 3. And every single one of these things under the question marks are all ultimate upgrades. So they're going to be like 4-week, 5-week long upgrades. So it's going to take that long to build. But like I said, we can't get there until the facility gets built up to spec 3, which at this point in time, we're stalling out. The entire car development is going to stall out at this point in time. Actually, we dropped in our engine. Look at how close everybody is at the top with the engine. And Mercedes, Racing Point has moved up. Us, and then Ferrari. So yeah, Ferrari's turning into 100% a decent team once again. I will say this, though. If there are no regulations that come down by the Japanese Grand Prix, I am going to go hog wild with my R&D points. Because I will definitely go and spend the points to build up the ignition system, and then just immediately go durability, 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 build up the durability of the engine. So that next season the engine durability will be much better than what it currently is. 100% for certain. But like I said, I'm not going to touch that right now until I know for certain about the regulations that would come down by the Japanese Grand Prix. So I'm going to save up my R&D points until that time. Why am I not playing Haas since I'm from Chicago? Because I am doing a Williams career. Because Williams are statistically the worst car on the grid. So this is essentially a challenge of trying to make Williams the best car on the grid. I've done Haas before, off camera. Like, that was the first driver career mode that I did off camera, was Haas, just to try and get myself used to driving in a shit car. Which also was happening concurrently while I was doing my team career mode. Basically readying myself for, how shit that car is going to be, and how it was Season 1 before I started building it up. But yeah, it's like Williams in recent times has been the worst car on the grid. So why would you go in a challenge sense? Why would you go for anything above a Williams? That is why the whole series is trying not to suck with Williams. Trying to make Williams a better car, if not the best car, and try and win a constructor's and a driver's title with Williams. I don't know how long it's going to take. The maximum amount of seasons you can run in this is 10, and I would hope not to go all the way. I would hope that maybe by like season 6 we can get at least a constructor's title. Alright, so the weather forecast for Singapore actually looks pretty solid. No rain, just cloudiness, but no rain. Just slowly rising the difficulty makes someone a better player. I would think so, because it helps you practice against faster opponents. See, Lysion or Lysionics, raising the difficulty gives you practice against faster opponents, because it has been proven that raising the difficulty by 1 is equivalent to making the opponents about a 1/10 of a second faster. Like somewhere between 800ths and a 1/10 faster for any track. That has been proven, that has been confirmed. So it's all about, you know, where you are currently with your level. If you feel like you're just like starting to lap the field, then maybe up the difficulty a bit. If you're feeling like that you're having a nice little battle amongst the midfielders, maybe even pushing yourself up into like top 5 area, I'd say that's a good enough level for you to get yourself used to driving in a pack. Alright, so that's going to be my practice engine. Yeah, my gearbox is looking pretty tragic right now. Alright, let's get into practice at Singapore. Focus on lap time pace. And that's exactly what I did when I first got F1 2019, is I went to time trial and I just started turning laps. Do that. Go to time trials, turn laps. I don't care how many laps you want to take. Just start turning laps, track after track after track. That'll get you in the right mindset of how to attack each track. How it gets you a feel of how that track flows, and you know where your turn in, turn out should be, where you should accelerate, decelerate, etc. Just go into time trial and just start turning laps. What do you mean by my logic, Mike? Can you please elaborate? Oh, yeah. Sick. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to take a look at that. So he's got 10, 11. I think that's what my wing is. I think my wings are 10, 11. Yeah, thought so. What am I doing? Come on, Brian, get in there. Track climatization. Flying lap. If you're talking about lowering the difficulty, then yes, it's not a question. Oh, for fuck's sake. Everyone would regress with the lower difficulty. Hey, speaking of Lewis Hamilton, here he is on his outlap. And there I am failing a turn in. Oh, god damn it! This is only track acclimatization, I'm already failing it. Also, how weird is it seeing Singapore in the daytime? Ah, for fuck's sake, Brian.
Are you alright? Sit tight, the marshals are on their way.
Yeah, I can't get my turn in, turn out now. What is going on? Well, I just killed Lewis Hamilton. And I have no remorse. Killing Lewis Hamilton, and I show no remorse for my actions. But yeah, I'm taking a look at this folding bike that you posted. And 190 euros? It's very, very tiny. And you're right, it is foldable. It's very compact. It could be, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it'd be living in a condo and where I need to have all the space in the world. It could be useful. Could very well be a useful thing. But I also have a gym membership, so I might as well take advantage of that while I can. And like I said, now that the weather is turning colder here in Chicago, I will turn my attention to making the short little drive over to my gym. My gym is only like half a mile away. It's very close by. Which is also another reason why I was getting myself into the fitness mindset. Was because after work, I would force myself to go to the gym. No matter how tired I was after work, I would force myself to go to the gym. Oh, you got migraines? Yeah, that sucks.
Okay.
I could say that I've had a couple in the past, but like I don't get bad headaches. So I can only imagine the pain of having a migraine does to you. Like it physically, my mom gets migraines and it debilitates her. Like she physically can't do anything when she has a migraine. So I have a feeling that's probably what it is for you too. Oh, especially if it's a young child. And all the other screaming children alongside of it. Yeah, I can see that. And I've had that too. Not my children. I don't have children. But my friends... A couple of my friends who have married... and have a couple of young toddlers. Yeah, they become screaming banshees, and it's like, excuse me for a bit, I don't want to deal with this. Oh, okay, I thought you meant that some were caused by, like, children's birthday parties. That's what I interpreted it as.
Program complete and a job.
Alright, we got it. Yeah, it's just, I thought... I misinterpreted. That's... Oh, hold on a second. Weather's changing? Oh, we can't have none of that now, can we? Yeah, weather is going to change. Rain at Singapore. Pff, if I don't have to drive in it, I ain't gonna practice in it. I've said this many times before as well. If it's going to be raining in practice, I'm not going to drive in it unless it's actually going to be raining in qualifying or the race.
And with all the cars now over the line...
And, well, because there's not going to be any rain in the Singapore race, I'm not going to practice in the rain. Why would I put myself through that torture? As I've made mention before, I'm not a fan of driving in the rain. Alright, and actually the only one I wanted to do was race strategy. I don't think I'll match qualifying pace, but also at the same point in time, I don't really care about qualifying pace all that much. I'm going to be starting from the back. I'm going to be taking a 60 spot grid penalty with all the extra gizmos and gadgets I'm going to be getting. I'm just going to be taking a 60 spot grid penalty. It's not even going to matter. Valid. God damn it. Valid lap time. So yeah, I am not going to qualify with the engine that I'm going to put myself into this car. Are you using a custom setup or a default setup? Okay, guys, yeah, I was gonna say, if you're using a default setup, I could recommend you to my buddy. who's making custom setups. He's got a version 3 right now for all these tracks and is working on a version 4. All you need to do is go to ! setups and it'll take you to his Discord page. But as far as does manual or automatic or having all these assists matter, I think in some ways it does, but some people have gotten really fast around tracks, even with God fucking damn it, man. Well, I've only played a certain way. I've only played on a wheel, manual shifting, and the assists, I think the only assist that I have changed recently was the corner cutting set to strict. That's the only assist that I've changed. Everything else has stayed the same, with no ABS, no traction control, no stability control, none of that. I've only played that way, because I've been used to that way since Forza. Going all the way back to Forza 2, playing with all those assists turned off. Can you shift without a clutch? Yes. That is one of the settings in the game. I think it's manual clutch, or manual, automatic, and then manual with clutch. I just have it just set to manual. JAU, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you're doing well, hope you enjoy the stream. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what the real drivers are. Like, they don't have a clutch, or if they do, it's only activated for, like, race starts and the pit. But they don't actively use the clutch to shift. It's just automatic like this. Dude, same. Hanoi sucks. Hanoi as a track is garbage. If I could help you there, I wish I could, but I mean, I need help there myself. Those S's are a trash fire. In all honesty, those S's are about as bad as the US Circuit of the Americas S's. Where you're always needing to slow down because the radii just get tighter and tighter as the S's go along. I mean, you could try sticking close to the apex of the curb. That's one thing I can help you out with. If that is a problem that you are having, just try and get the car as close to the point at the top of the apex, going through those curves. Going through those curves, through those turns, I mean. Alright, one more lap of this and I should be done. Oh, God. Alright, Alright, I honestly should not be downshifting at that turn. There's no reason for me to downshift there. Shit. See, my problem is I like to take turns too shallow, like you just saw right there. Sometimes I like to take turns too shallow in order to cut time, but ultimately I end up losing time. That's been a bad habit of mine since back in the Forza days. In fact, I'm pretty sure I developed that habit because of Forza. Trying to cut the corners. Because, of course, in Forza there is no off-track penalty. I'm pretty sure that's where I developed that, that mentality. Probably too draggy. If you reduce the arrow in response to this, it drags out like a wet sack of potatoes. Oh man, yeah. Without seeing you drive, I don't know what the problem is to assess. So I'm not really sure what I can do to help you. All I can say is I don't know how much practice time you have. Just practice. Go to time trials and just start turning laps and try and figure out where your rough sectors are. Figure out where your rough sectors are and see what you could do to try and get a better line. Whether it's a slower turn in, like if you're going too fast, which causes you to be slow on the out, or if you are taking it too shallow, try and get a little bit wider of a turn just to carry some momentum through the turn. And so that you're not having to brake too much, so you can carry a little bit more speed out. Just try and figure out exactly what you're doing wrong, because only you can figure out really what you are doing wrong, what your inputs are for the racetrack, for every turn, for every brake, for every acceleration. You are the one to figure out what you are doing wrong. And not having seen you drive, not having seen how you're going through the track, I can only give you some bits and pieces of advice, but I'm not really sure what the full advice you need. And you do fine on Hungary. Well, I wish I could do fine on Hungary. I know exactly where my problem spots are. It's basically from that back chicane on, that second half of the track, because of the fact that I just personally can never seem to get a constant speed around those turns. That's my problem around Hungary. And I know that on several occasions and several times going through Hungary, I go too shallow. Because at that point in time in the race, I feel like I need to play catch up, and I go too shallow. I go too fast, which causes me to lose even more time. So I know that is what my problem is for Hungary. Right, 95. And take a penalty warning for everything. Get a brand new engine. Shaw. And I know exactly where I can make up my time in Hungary too. It is basically from that last turn all the way up to the chicane. On the back part of the track. I can make up time all throughout there, but then from that chicane onwards, that's where I lose all my time, because it's of course the undulating turns, the different radius turns that I feel like sometimes I get the speed right, but I'm never consistent with it. The speed or the radius of the turn. I can get it right part of the time, but I'm never consistent at it. Alright, yeah. Simulate the rest of practice, and then of course take the grid penalty. Got about another 900 resource points. We're getting that stockpile growing for when the inevitable happens, the inevitable restrictions or regulations coming on down. How's everyone doing this evening? For everyone that came in and that's new, where are you from? Who's your favorite driver? What is your favorite track? And if you play this game, what's your favorite track to drive? Alright, I'm seeing a lot more clouds in qualifying. I hope that does not mean rain. Okay, it does not mean rain. But like I said, it does not really matter. I'm not going to waste my tires on qualifying when I'm not going to be needing to qualify anyway. So I'm pretty much going to skip Can I skip qualifying? I can full on skip qualifying, can't I? Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm going to be starting last anyway, so there's no point in me doing qualifying. So let's just get to the race. There is absolutely zero necessity for me to go into qualifying when I know I'm going to be starting last. Obviously, I'm not going to do good. Obviously, I'm not doing well in qualifying. I'm starting last. Oh no, I'm starting last with a 60-spot grid penalty. In Hungary, you do well at Sector 1 and 2. See, that's the thing. I can't really decipher what is Sector 1, 2, and 3 in Hungary. All I know is that
and we'll be starting
that chicane is basically the halfway point of the track. And I've divided the track up like that. Where it's start, finish, up to that like second, third gear chicane in the back end, and then that chicane all the way back around. Where I know for a fact from that chicane on is pretty much my rough go at Hungary. Alright, let's get into it. 31 laps around Singapore. Strategy is what? What should we do? Like hard, soft? If there is a safety car, and oh yeah, that's right. The main strategy for Singapore is a two-stop. That's right. Singapore is usually a two-stop go, especially if you're in the top 10. If you're in the lead pack, it's going to be a two-stop. Everyone else can get away with a one-stop.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore
so I might just
skyline,
do that. I might go
Formula
medium
One
hard,
returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race with a notorious
oh, shut up,
sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit, making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. The Marina Bay Street Circuit then has 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, taking us a total of 3.1 miles around the landmarks of downtown Singapore. An average lap speed around here, just 107 miles per hour. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown
what is the grid
looks like.
down?
Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, and Kvyat, Perez, Albon, Sainz, and Lando Norris. Stroll, Russell,
George Russell starting 12th, not bad.
And Ocon,
not bad.
Verstappen, Giovinazzi, Romain Grosjean, and Kimi Raikkonen, Ricciardo, and O'Brien. And now, it's time to head down to the track.
Kimi Raikkonen, or sorry, Daniel Ricciardo dropping all the way down to 19th because of his grid penalties.
The first lap to your advantage.
Alright, so taking a look at, oh my god, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to go medium soft, but you take a look at the two-stop strategy, it's a whole 16 second difference going medium soft. Obviously it would be faster, but the one stop, the undercuts, you can't overlook the undercuts. So in all honesty, I'm better off with just doing this strat. I am feeling just better off doing the medium hard strat. Just do the one stop, and if anything happens, it happens. If anything happens during during the hard stint, like a safety car or anything, then I will come in and pit for newer tires. But I feel like the one-stop strat is going to work here. And usually Singapore's a two-stop strat, but since I'm in the back, one stop should be fine. And I would agree with you, Liz, however, I don't want to lose speed to the cars in front of me. Or Liz, I don't know how I want to shorten your name. Yeah, the one stop went well in Bahrain. I mean, I got 7th because of it. Doing medium. Was it soft medium or medium hard? Either way, it was only a one-stop strat. I think there was a safety car involved. I'm not too sure. I'd have to go and look back at the footage. But it did It was a one-stop strat. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to lose the speed. Because once I'm out of the DRS range, it's really hard to get back into the DRS. Oh, God. This is killing me, man. This really is killing me. Okay, what if I do that? What if I remove the stint? And start on the hard here. And then just push this all the way out. So I would go reverse then. I would go 19 on the hard, 12 on the medium. Is what we would be doing here. 19 on the hard, 12 on the medium. And actually, it would be a 2.5 second gain, but it would be, supposedly, it would be a lot faster than what we just saw if it was medium hard. It would actually be 10 seconds faster by doing this strat than if I started medium and then went to hard. So I would still have a decent strat here, but then again, you're talking, I'm pitting on lap 19. Most everyone would have already pit. And I just have a bad feeling I'm just going to get passed, like, immensely. Actually, we'll go a lap early. We'll go lap 18 instead. I just have this very, very bad feeling that once I get to lap 18, there's going to be a gaggle of cars behind me. I'm going to be in the top 5, almost assuredly. There's going to be such a gaggle of cars behind me, I get into the pits, and then they're all going to pass, and I'm going to go right back down to the bottom half, bottom 5 even. It's worth taking the risk, but I know what I'm in for here at Singapore. All right, is there anybody else? Question, is there anybody else going on hard tires to start? Is there anybody else going? No, nobody is going on hard tires. I'm the only one starting with them. Everyone else is just a mix mash with soft and medium. And of course, everybody save for Sebastian Vettel in the top 10 will be starting on soft tires. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes on. All right, get your predictions in the chat. Where do you think I'm going to end up after these 31 laps? I predict I'll probably be still in the bottom half, like somewhere between 10 and 15, 11 and 15. I'm not going to get points. It would probably be a miracle if I get points. Whoa. And already I'm killing my tires. Wonderful stuff. Hey, let them fight. So, any wrestling fans in here, have you taken a look and seen the new AEW game? I believe the demo for it, or at least the announcement for it, happened just as I was about to start my stream. So I have not seen anything on it. If anybody has, what is your take on it? From what I saw from one of my buddies, what he was talking about, he didn't post pictures in the Facebook chat, but he said it's being developed by the guy that made WWF No Mercy back in the day. Which automatically, that's got some good pedigree. Being made by the guy that either produced or developed WWF No Mercy, which admittedly is probably the best wrestling game on the N64, and I know I'm pretty biased because of that. Don't get me wrong, WCW NWO Revenge was pretty damn solid too. But No Mercy came out after that. Also made by THQ and Ukes. Well, Josh, I'll try to get lucky number 13 here. Seriously, when I get to that turn past the bridge straight, the long, now DRS bridge straight, the fireworks at the end of it always annoy me.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Ah, shit. Big swing and a miss on that one. Big swing and a miss there by going wide on turn 2. And this is what I meant before, where I don't get into DRS, I am not going to keep up with these guys. It's gonna cost me more fuel by not keeping up with these guys, because I'm gonna then be trying to push my tires, and not just push my tires, but push my fuel to its limit when I know I can't catch up to them, because I know I'm not in DRS range. And I'm just going to slowly drop back. Which means any chance of an overcut is pretty much going to be down the tubes at this point. But like I said, the leaders are all pretty much guaranteed to take a 2-stop strat here. Yeah, might as well sit back and buckle up. This is going to be 31 laps of minute 43 per lap. Of a pretty boring race right now, not even going to lie. Pretty boring race, and we're not even at Russia. No, Russia's going to be Thursday. But as I said before, I can drive Russia. Like, I'm comfortable with driving Russia, even though I don't like the layout of it. Kind of the same thing with France. Like, I can do well at France. I mean, we just saw that. I was able to win, but that was with a ballsy strategy. That was a, not gonna lie, ballsy strategy that I used in France. But the point is that both Russia and France, I don't like the layout of those tracks, but I don't like the flow of them, but I can do well at them. And just because I can do well at them does not mean I'm automatically liking of those tracks. Alright, I am in DRS range of Kimi in front of me. I don't know how well I'm managing my tires, but I am staying within DRS range of them. My tires are barely even 7% used.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Watch, this was my strategy all along. Start from the back and just roar up to the front. lockup at the bridge. There's a big lockup at the bridge. Does anybody actively like Singapore? I know one person that likes Singapore in here. Fortunately, he is not in the chat right now. Unfortunately, he is not. Which happens to be my setup guy, Sarancia. Got some people coming into pit right now. Which it looks like it happens to be the top 10. So all of those that qualified Q3 making their first stops right now. Alright, not all of them, most of them. Because I'm only up in the 14th. Oh, you got a random ad? I probably know why. It's because I didn't talk for a while. That's just the way Twitch is running ads now. If it detects that the host is not speaking, it will run an ad. Providers reset your internet at 3 in the morning there? Strange. I don't know what provider that is. I mean, I would also assume you live in Germany. You gave me a German link for that folding cycle, so I would have to assume you do live in Germany. What sort of German internet provider shuts off your internet or resets your internet at 3 in the morning? Oh, Kimmy. Oh, and I see why they may potentially choose 3 a.m. because 3 a.m. you'd think everybody is asleep. It makes a whole lot of sense. A lot of tech companies do that. They schedule like data upgrades, data migrations for the wee hours of the morning because it's like, oh, everyone's asleep. No one's gonna be awake to see it. It's not gonna matter. That's what my old tech company did. We scheduled our data migrations for like 1 in the morning. Just as a reminder, I am not going to be pitting until lap 18. And already I have Hamilton, who had made a pit.
Some information on Ocon. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
I don't even know where Ocon is. But no, Hamilton has already made a pit stop, and as you can see, he is straight up bullying me right now. He's about to bully me. Yeah, I was not going to block Hamilton, not when it doesn't even matter right now. There is absolutely zero reason to block Hamilton. Same thing with Bottas behind. There is absolutely zero reason to block these guys when they come up to me. It's like, yeah, they are already faster than me. So it's just an unfortunate thing where I'm going to have to let these guys go through. Thank you very much for the follow. Mr. WWE is cool. I think I may have read that right, or I may have read it wrong. I need to check it out when I get to it straight away. But I appreciate the follow, my sir. Oh, shit. Big fuck up. It's like everybody who has made a pit stop already is in fact going pretty hardcore right now on these medium tires. They are going to be pitting one more time. Just as a reminder, they will be pitting one more time for medium tires. I don't know when they're going to be pitting for mediums. I do think they will be pitting like a lap or two after I make my pit stop. Oh, shit! And this is why I said I wanted to, you know, stick with these guys. Because otherwise, I'm just going to drop all the way back. Everyone behind me is going to catch DRS. They're going to DRS train, and it's all going to be a problem. I'm pretty much going to be left dry. I am only halfway. I am only halfway on these tires. As I said, I was going to come in shit. Lap 18. We have only gone 9 laps so far. But I will say this. 9 laps and we're only at most 15%. It's not too terrible. Oh, Kimi and Bottas fighting. Ah, for fuck's sake. Ah, yeah, I'm gonna have to pause that and flash it back. As much as I wanted to, you know, get into the Kimi fight, there's just no way. Want to butt myself into the Kimi Bottas fight, and it didn't really go well for me. Alright, that's flashback number 1. Who's behind me? Leclerc? Man, fuck off, bud. Dude, I know I'm on hard tires, but come on, don't give me a hard time.
George is coming in for his stop.
George likely going medium to hard. It's okay, I'm 10th place and we are still plenty of time left in this race. Like, I am not panicking right now. I've got no reason to panic. The only thing I do know is that everybody in front of me will pit one more time. And they will be pitting on medium tires. So they will be equal speed to me, I know that. I say equal speed. It's not really imperative now, is it? They'll have equal compound. Oh, they're fighting in front of me. Charles and Kimmy. Oh, Kimmy. Kimmy with a very, very bad turn into turn 3 there. Meanwhile, I have Sergio Perez being predatory behind me. Shit! Well, I'm gonna have to use my second flashback here because I missed my fucking break. What do you mean this is ridiculous? Is this not how Singapore goes?
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
No, but seriously, is this not how Singapore goes? Like, always there's a train? Are you fucking joking? Okay. Okay. This motherfucker. Boy, the AI is dumb. Boy, the AI is dumb sometimes. Well, that means that you took a better line, didn't? I mean, I think so. You take a look at the graph over to the left-hand side. Truly Train is definitely stationed in Singapore right now. Okay, I think I'm the last guy on hard tires. Oh, no, wait, hold on a second. Everybody that's starting in the back half is all got to be on hard tires right now. What am I talking about? Plus, I'm also the only guy that started on hard tires, of course. Don't know how I could forget that little detail in, well, 20 minutes worth of racing. AMS Crabster, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Wolfmeister, I'm actually using a Logitech G923 because my G29 broke. However, I will say, bang for your buck, I would say definitely go with the G29. I feel like the G923 is just like a $125 extra type of G29. In all honesty, I feel like that if you want to start out, Logitech G29 is the better of the two options. It is the cheaper of the two options. But just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's skimping on quality. I had that G29 for like a year and a half. I would highly recommend the G29. You're on a Thrustmaster, what's that, T150? See, I cannot speak for Thrustmasters or Fanatec's because I've never had either one of them. I've only had Logitech wheels. In fact, I only just started sim racing a year and a half ago. So, this is all new territory for me as well. Fanatec and Thrustmaster, definitely high quality. I mean, they are pretty much the sponsor of F1. Fanatec is. They are very well known to be high quality parts, high quality material, and construction. But I'll let anybody else that has like a Fanatec or a Thrustmaster speak for that. I can only speak for the Logitech. Alright, pitting in 3 laps time. You're saying T150. I've seen people talk about the T300 in chat before. Which I think, at last check, somebody in the chat said it was like at 170 euro. I don't know if it's gone up or down. But this was like 2 months ago when somebody was
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on
recommending the T300 as the counter to my G29. As far as, like, cost for performance and quality. Yes, sir, I am a Bears fan. I'm from the Chicago area. So, fan of all Chicago sports. And pretty forlorn Bears fan right now. But then again, I knew that this Bears team was a fraud after, like, the first 3 games. Like, being 3-0 and all 3 wins were fluky wins, I knew this team was not really as good as the records showed. And I hate that I'm right. I really hate that I'm right. A lot more people coming into pit. Coming into pit this lap. I mean, if I'm seeing people coming to pit now...
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
If people are pitting this lap for their final set of medium tires, then I gotta push and I gotta pit now. Because the longer I stay out, the more time they will gain on me. I'm gonna be pitting this lap. T150 is a little softer. How? Just like softer wheel? Softer feel? I don't know how it's softer. Legitimately do not know how it's softer. Or how that could be a claim of it's softer. Oh no! God damn it. As I hit the wall coming into the pits. You hate to see it. Alright. Coming on in. Final pit stop, or final only pit stop. At the end of that stint, those tires were high 20s. Less resistance, gotcha. A lot of other cars coming into the pits. It looks like I may exit top 10. I may actually exit top 10.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Uh-oh, here come a couple. A lot of cars around me on hard tires. That can only help me. This can only help me in the quest to get points. Hell, as you can see in front of me, Gasly, Giovinazzi, both on hard tires. I need to get to them and stay to them. I also gotta stop cutting. Points are definitely in reach by the end of this race. And it was a good point, of course. I know there's somebody. Sion, sir, how you doing, bud? What's my highest I've gotten with Williams? I actually got a win at France this year. That is my highest position with Williams. I actually did get a win at France. If we're going to be talking about outside of that win, this past race at Monza, I got 5th. Yeah, if you're throwing the win out, which I don't know why you would, it was a very legit win. The highest non-win I've gotten was 5th, actually, today at Monza. I am all out of flashbacks now, though. I gotta be very careful. It is. It's the last race of the night. On Thursday, I've got, Russia and Japan. And then the iRacing Legacy Cup Series, the 1987 stock cars. Going around a 6/10 mile, so 1 kilometer oval. Nashville Fairground Speedway. We are officially in the points now. We're up to 9th. Yeah, ain't time zones a bitch. They're a bitch for me if I want to watch F1 races, as we were talking about earlier. Start time for the Turkish Grand Prix here in Chicago is 6 o'clock in the morning. There ain't no way I'm waking up to watch that. That's just facts. I am not waking up to watch it. Oh, I shouldn't have gone up to 8th gear. Holy fuck. That is what we like to call poor life choices.
George is in the pits. George in the pits.
Could be another spot. Depending on how long he stays in the pits, it could be another spot. Magnussen was also in the pits. And it was. We got 2 more spots out of it. At this point in time, everybody has pit. No one else is going to pit. If I want to get to P4, I'm going to have to do it on my own goddamn merit. I am going to have to do it on my own. And make these passes. Problem is it's so freakishly hard to pass here. Unless I'm going through DRS, it is so hard to pass here. I don't know why I had my wing up to 11. I'm questioning as to why I had my rear wing up to 11. I think that's what's killing my speed in the straights. Alright, asshole!
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been
yeah,
deployed.
You fuck.
We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down, maintain a positive delta.
Sergio Perez. I tried blocking Sergio, but he still was having none of it, and he wanted to push me all the way through. Yes, I did put a block on Sergio, but it was his own damn fault he continued on with it. The stewards are going to look into that. Ocon has been disqualified! Ha ha! What? You all saw that, right? It said Ocon has been disqualified. You all saw that, right? It said Ocon has been disqualified.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive
That is the
delta
first time
until
I've
the
ever
green
seen a
flags.
DQ, ever. He probably ran into Perez or somebody. Because when Perez hit me into that turn, it caused a massive pileup. at that specific turn. So Ocon probably just continued to ram the cars behind him.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Uh-oh. Oh, I do have front wing damage. Oh, well, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. 10 more laps, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. And it's on the right-hand side of the car, which means it's going to make turning left real difficult. And I think the majority of the turns here at this track are left-hand turns. Yeah, do hard. Thanks for the follow, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, but I want less downforce in my rear wing, not my front wing. But yeah, no, legitimately, it's, turning to the left is a problem now. Ah, damn it!
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I thought I made it. I thought I was fine. I gotta drive it as is. I ain't coming in the pit. Now with all those cars behind me, I am not coming into pit. Yeah, like I said, any left-hand turn, which I believe the majority of this track is left-hand turns, are going to be slow. So yeah, at this point in time, 7th place is the best I can get.
A new strategy is available on
Nope.
the MFD.
Not hearing it, Jeff. So yeah, I hate to break it to you guys, but 7th is the best I can get. Thank you very much for the follow there, Rye Guy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream tonight, the rest of this stream. Oh, that was a bit too fast. Well, at least it's not too affected in the low speed corners. It's the medium to fast corners on the left-hand side. If I make left-hand turns, that's where the problem is. Shit. I drove that way too... 20th to 7th is going to get me driver of the day, yeah. But it's always the thought of, I could have had more. Could have had more if I paid a bit more attention. I mean, I do still have a 4-second lead on Perez and Verstappen behind me. So there is that.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Jeff ain't gonna shut up until I fix my wing. It's going to keep giving me a new strategy option at that same exact spot. Every single lap. Guaranteed. See, this is where I should have done some damaged wing practice training. But at the same point in time, I'm doing pretty okay. Right? I'm actually making this work, kinda. To the point where I'm actually gaining ground over Perez. I'm actually giving myself distance over Perez. I'm not quite catching up to Gasly, though, but I am putting distance between myself and 8th place behind me. So points definitely on the cards. For sure. What's 7th place? Is that 6 points?
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Yep, same spot. Barkanite, the AI is 95. Still holding strong. Like I said, I'm still gaining a little bit of ground on the guys behind me. But Pierre Gasly and crew in front are slowly pulling away. So, not looking likely I will catch them.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright, as the tires wear, it's going to make turning even worse. Forgot about that. I got 5th place, Ollie. I got a top 5 at Monza.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So, legitimately, a solid day of racing. 2 points finishes. Of course, if this continues the way it does. Yeah, if this continues the way it does, 2 solid points finishes here. And inching closer to that goal of averaging top 10 second season with Williams like I wanted to. As long as I continue in the points, the average is only going to get higher. Ah, shit. Cut it too shallow. I also don't know if I'm on 1 or 2 warnings, and I'm not going to pause and look at the race director. No point right now with only 4 laps to go. Could it be that you're driving the F2 car better? Oh, make that turn. I got the closest I got to Gasly in a while, 3.6 seconds. But there's just no way. Oh, George Russell's in the pits.
George is in the pits. George in the pits.
He must have had a damaged wing. That's the only thing I can think of, is he may have had a damaged wing. Which the Williams mechanics are probably like, why hasn't Brian pit yet? I know Jeff is probably thinking that.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
You love this circuit? I can't really say I like it. Too many right angles for my liking. Three laps to go. Fun to watch, boring to drive, can confirm. Hell, even when I was in my overpowered FOM car, I still, even though I knew I would be winning this track, I just did not like the layout of the track. Oh, that's a whole nother thing. That's right, we do count Australia as well as Canada as technical street tracks, right? Like, we're all in agreement those count as street tracks too. But if those are street tracks, then what do you call these? These are real different compared to, like, Australia and Canada. These are narrow. These are close quarter street tracks. Australia and Canada... Okay, I have... Alright, I've got one more. Australia and Canada, they feel wider than, like, Monaco or Baku or Singapore, definitely Vietnam. That's why people compare Vietnam so much to Monaco, because how narrow it is. No, Canada is on the, what's it, Ile Sainte Marie or something like that. It is actually in a business park. That island is a business park with offices and such, so it is on a proper street.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
I remember looking this up on this channel during a stream and found out, yeah, it is a proper street circuit around a business park. Oh shit. Alright, take it easy, Shelter. Don't want to throw away my 7th place right now, do I? Well, yeah, but much like Albert Park, the paddock is permanent. Because the paddock is there for the Australia circuit. It is permanent, but it's on public land. Same thing with Canada. It's going to be a permanent paddock, but it's on public land. Trying to clench. All because of that missed turn. They've now closed the gap to 2 seconds. When I was up by 5. Vettel has won this race. Are you serious? Sebastian Vettel has won a race. (2019) Singapore all over again. I guess so. Hey, for this career, I already applied the Ferrari nerf. It's just that the Ferrari AI built their car up unreasonably fast within the last season. The Ferrari car was built up pretty strongly over the last...
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Over the last season. Also, I was on the wrong camera angle for all this race and nobody in chat told me. Because normally this is where the camera angle is for my race. And it was down here, so no one got to see what my MFD was like. And no one in the chat told me. I wasn't looking over at this screen, I'm only looking here, straight ahead.
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the
globe. Alright, so Vettel wins and he's flanked by the two Mercedes, Bottas in second, Hamilton in third. But yeah, Sebastian Vettel getting his first race win this season. Amazing.
So, let's review the driver's standing.
And then...
It's a great result.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I have it, Ollie. I usually have it here for racing and then here for, like, after stuff. Just because people want to see what the MFD is down in the bottom right, so that's why I always race with the camera right here. Ever tried the historic cars? Yes, whenever they came to me for the invitationals. I did that when it was in my team career, so that I could build up acclaim and money and whatnot. Here, I just don't really care about it. So yes, I have driven the 90s William car. I did drive the 2000s Renault, the 2000s Ferrari. So yes, I have driven a few bits of the old classic cars. I think I may have had a chance to drive the 80s McLaren, but I never did. I think I passed on that one. So anyway, taking a look outside the podium, we've got Leclerc in fourth, Gasly fifth, Giovinazzi sixth. Oh, Gasly beat Giovinazzi at the end. Seventh is me, of course, Perez eighth, Verstappen ninth, Sainz in 10th, then Grosjean, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Albon.
Who moves
Albon
ahead?
in 14th. Norris, Kimi, Stroll, Kvyat, Russell. Russell finishing in 19th. Of course, he may have got his busted wing, which is why he finished a lap down. And then Esteban Ocon DNFing because Sergio Perez wanted to be a little gobshite and turn me at one of the last 90-degree corners of the track, causing the whole virtual safety car. Yeah. Ocon got DQ'd, probably because he ran into somebody while, you know, that whole shenanigans of the virtual safety car came out when Sergio Perez turned me as he tried to cut inside to get that very tight 90-degree turn. So Ocon probably just ran square into the back of somebody and then he just got DQ'd because of that.
Top of the table. After an incredible day of racing,
all right, did Renault did not actually, because of that.
That was
because of that, Renault did not get a single point this race, which means we have surpassed Renault for 7th on the Constructors' standings. We're only 5 points ahead of them, but we are ahead of Renault on the Constructors' standings now, 9 points behind McLaren as well. Like I said, we're not going to catch up to Racing Point by season's end. It's just not happening. At this point in time, it's the battle for 6th between us, Renault, and the holders McLaren. Hey, much better than, you know, finishing in dead last place last season, much like how Williams has done over the last several seasons. We're fighting for 6th, and it can only get better. Only get better.
Performance today.